Great to have your company. Now, there have been calls for an Ausexit in the wake of the Brexit referendum in the UK, with Republican backers ramping up their push for Australia to make a break from Britain.
We're joined now by Shell Shock Media's Sheila Horton and Nine's Neil Breen. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
This
Good
morning, everyone.
Feeling vocal on this Sunday morning?
Oh, he always is. Look at him.
Always vocal.
Just try and stop us.
All right, let's get into it then. Republican backers have taken to social media on this one. My good mate Peter Fitz was at it this morning.
I bet he was. Morning,
Neil,
Fitzy.
Yeah, good morning, Fitz. He's always tuning in. Neil, could this generate the momentum for independence? It's failed since 1999 in that referendum, but we've got to be edging ever closer with Brexit.
Yeah, well, I think for the Republican movement to eventually get over the line at some stage in the next, 20 or 30 years, I don't think it's going to happen fast. They need to take every opportunity, every Queen's birthday public holiday, every Australia Day. Then this came along, and so it was an opportunity for them. Very different, though, I think, for Australia to become a republic. We're a long way away from it now compared to even 99. We've got a Prime Minister who led that campaign.
Yeah, who's not even
who's not interested in it.
Won't speak about
That's
it.
how far we've gone away from it. And also it would be a referendum, a majority of Australians in a majority of states. So they'd have to win at least
that's why
4
it's so
states. And
hard.
they won't win
I know.
Queensland. There's one that's gone. That means they've got to win the rest out of West Australia, Tasmania. Still a long way to go.
Yeah.
It'd be our own Brexit. It'd be another time that we would fail because we're not quite there yet.
I think what they need to do is get every Australian over to Peter Fitzsimon's house for a barbecue. Because let me tell you, if you're over there for a barbecue, Fitzy just corners you and join the Republican movement now. He puts so much pressure
Red
on you.
bandana.
But regardless
loves
of
it, mate, loves
the
it.
arguments and how convincing they are, I mean, the Royals, the current generation of them, they're very different.
They are doing a
Well
brilliant
paid.
job.
Yeah.
Now, I don't particularly like the Royals. I'm all for a republic, and I'm loving seeing William out there, looking after animals, and Kate being more involved, and them talking about mental health. Like, they have actually done, I think, more for the royal family than there has been in generations
Yeah,
and
they're not
generations.
just cutting ribbons.
But still, we do have that point. There was a great tweet yesterday, "Hey, Australia, your mum's racist." And I'm like, that's exactly what it is. We're still associated with England because of that, because of the monarchy. So I think that there is a case where we are tied to them.
Yeah.
So we're tied with the same brush.
But William, Kate and Harry are the worst 3 things, and then the kids will be too, that the Australian Republic movement's got going.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Because they're so good.
So successful
So
at what they're
good.
doing.
I know,
It's a royal
and it's a
family
new
with a social
generation.
conscience, isn't it?
I just think it's a long way away.
Do you think it'll happen in your lifetime?
I'm not sure. My little kids are out the back there. Maybe in their lifetime, which Fitzy won't like hearing, but I don't know.
He's
I
shouting
just-
at the
yeah.
telly right now. I can just see him. Fitzy's at home
He's blowing
now.
up. He's tweeting.
He's tweeting and shouting at the
But
telly.
you know what? Brexit allowed us to talk about it again.
Yeah,
So
it's
let's see
opened
what
up the
happens.
conversation. All right, we've got another conversation. It's a very, very pressing problem, a conversation that we really need to have. It's up in the Northern Territory.
Oh, yeah.
A Sheila Shortage.
Oh,
They've got
yeah.
the highest male-to-female ratio in Australia. Shelley, the only piece of good news for the hard-up fellas is it's not getting any worse.
Well, I loved it when we say that in the Northern Territory there are so many men. The odds are good, but the goods are odd. I've been up there. I've done stories up there. Look, it is one of those things. Yeah, there's a man drought in Sydney and a lot of the capital cities. You're going to have to move out if you want to meet a fella. But is that the kind of fella that you want? If you want to move to the country, great idea. And I love that the Northern Territory News had the headline, Sausage Fest.
I brought it
Of
in.
course, yeah.
Don't you love it?
You've got
I
it
brought
with
it
you.
in.
The
You can see
NT's a
Yeah.
sausage
Sausage
fest.
fest.
The end teasers.
They don't shy away
I mean,
from hard
but
topics.
the funny
Cougars
thing
or
is,
Crocs, Brenny? I reckon. Cougars or Crocs?
I'd rather go the Crocs. Hey, listen, the NT
same
News
sort of
is the only
skin.
paper that can get away with it. There's an
Yeah.
issue about there's too many men, 112 men per 100 women, but they can call them Sheilas.
Yeah,
And call it the sausage
sausage
fest,
fest.
and we all get a laugh out of it. If we did it, we're finished.
So much trouble.
why
Imagine
we
if
love it.
Stevie came on. There's not enough Sheilas. It's a sausage fest. Right?
We might try it. We might try it.
I would never say that, Brenny.
Too civilised.
Not in the presence of such
It was
beautiful
in the script.
Sheilas,
It was in
anyway.
the script, yeah.
All right, up next, some more pressing subjects to discuss as well, including would you want to know if your home had ever been a crime scene? There are new laws in place to expose dark secrets. We'll take a look next. All right, here's a question for you. Would you want to know if your home had been the scene of a murder?
Yeah,
Or
CSI style,
really?
for sure.
Or maybe a drug lab in a former life. Property owners would have to reveal their home's dark secrets to potential buyers and tenants under proposed reforms that are underway in Queensland. Well, welcome back to the Sunday Jury. Shell Shock Media's Shelley Horton and Nine's Neil Breen. So you wouldn't mind?
No, I'd want to know if I was going to be sleeping in a bed where there'd been some kind of, crazy CSI stabbing murder. I'd want to know that because that would.
Yeah, I want to know.
You'd want to know?
100%. Now, look.
Well, it happens at Channel 9 all the
the
time,
music.
so you'd be used to it.
Well, you're sitting in someone's seat and you go, this is where someone was boned all those years ago. Huh?
Saying
Can I
what
say
I
that?
said, you're
Hang
not
on a
meant
minute,
to be able to say that.
What's that in my back?
No, listen. This is a serious issue. Queensland's way behind the times here. So the minister up there, Yvette Darth, she's had the Queensland University of Technology go and find some facts out. Governments have got to stop shifting things on, just make some decisions. Of course, people have a right to know if there's been murders or drug labs or things that have been in houses. Other states do it. New South Wales does it because there was a famous case where a guy called Seth Gonzalez killed his family in a house, and when the house was sold in 2004, the people who bought it didn't know.
Oh, really?
Then they found out later when they went and had a look, and the neighbours go, oh, you bought the joint that Seth knocked off 7 of the family members, right? And they pulled out of the sale, and the New South Wales government had to change the laws. So Queensland's just got to get on board.
But I suppose if that had happened, Shelley, you'd really want to get a discount on the house or decide not to buy it.
Or it might be an attraction for some people, like if
Really?
some people like that sort of thing.
She's got a pet snake. I'm sorry, but, I'm just
I
saying.
slept in a haunted homestead in outback New South Wales. And the only spirits I found was in my gin and tonic. But I've got to say that it's whether or not you believe in ghosts. Do you believe in ghosts? So therefore, do you believe in the afterlife? It depends whether or not that's something that you care about. Me, I'd be like, give me a discount.
But not even just that.
Really?
If you believe
Right.
in ghosts,
Not
though.
worried at
I mean,
all.
there could be health concerns you'd want to know about.
No,
If your
they
host-
do the full CSI
If they're at the drug
But if
cleanup.
it had
Yeah.
been a drug lab and you've got
If
young
you have-
kids, there are
Exactly.
issues that you would
If
need
it's
to
a drug
know
lab,
about.
I'd be more concerned that dealers or users might be coming
Might
back
still
to that
come back.
address.
Yeah, right.
That would be a concern.
Every time you open
But a
the door,
murder,
there's some
no.
kid in a hoodie there with a big smile on his face.
And a bum bag.
And a bum bag.
Yeah. I suppose that there are some things that happen that are so bad you just wouldn't want to go near the place. And the Steph Gonzalez is one of them, I think.
Yeah, that's one of them. And eventually that house was resold for a lot less than the original buyers bought it for, which is just natural. But I think people are entitled to know if something's gone on because you don't want people coming past gawking. There's all sorts of things. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have to say, I'm a bit of a softie. I'd feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, look, so many people have died in this studio.
I'll be cashing in. I'll be like,
Shelley
another
would-
investment property.
She's all
Thank
over
you.
it.
We're dividing down the line on the Sunday
She
Jury.
can't be shell-shocked at shell-shocked.
Right,
Good on you,
stuff.
Breedy. Good on you, Shelley. Have a great Sunday. We'll be back
Thanks
with
for
more on
having us.
today right after the break.